shit, yeah, they breath stank. Walk up in the club, dripping like I'm fresh paint. I can see through the facade like
What's going on, fight fans? It's another great day when you love MMA. Welcome back to Mad Matty Fight Talk. Your host here, Mad Matty. We had a big fight card this past weekend over in Anaheim, California, UFC 270. We had Francis Ngannou taking on Cyril Gane for the heavyweight championship of the world. And in the flyweight division, in the co-main event, we had the rubber match, third time around, between Brandon Moreno and deiveson Figueiredo. Both fights to me were pretty good. Honestly, I got to be real here. Let's start off in the co-main event first of all. I took Brandon Moreno in this fight, judging off of how he performed in the first two fights. He came into the fight a little bit too cocky, in my opinion. I feel like he was feeling himself. He was the new crown champ. He was really riding that hype. I mean, it's hard not to when you've done so good in the past two performances that you've had. Figueiredo on the other side, completely changed fight camps. Got Henry Cejudo down in Arizona. Really got into good shape for this fight. That was the most impressive thing. He came in 1 pound under, looked extremely energized. Normally, he looks like he's about to die on the scale. This time, he came in energized, ready to go. He really looked like he wanted his title back, and that excited me. I mean, this fight, it was a toss-up for me. I like deiveson Figueiredo, but I really thought Brandon Moreno, with his grappling skills, how his striking was getting better and better, he was going to perform really well in this fight. So, in this fight, first, second round, pretty even. There's kind of back and forth in the first two rounds. Nothing crazy happened. What I did notice, though, is that Figueiredo was throwing a lot of leg kicks, a lot of calf kicks. He was getting after that right away. And later on in the fight, that paid off for him. Third round is when shit really got crazy. The exchanges started heating up. Brandon Moreno was keeping his head really high. Like, he was kind of like, peacocking at him, just like, sticking his chin way up in the air and looking at him like really smug. And he was swinging and he was missing. He wasn't as accurate as he was in the first two fights for me. I didn't like the way he was striking in that fight. It was very off. He thought that deiveson was the same deiveson he fought before, the same Figgy he fought the first two fights. He was harder to, Figueiredo was harder to touch in this fight, and that proved to be problems for Brandon Moreno. Figueiredo, on the other hand, landed nasty leg kicks, and it kept building up. The end of the third round, he hit Moreno with a game-changing right hand, dropped him hard at the end of that round. Brandon Moreno is seriously lucky that he got dropped at the end of that round, because I think he would have got put away if there was like 30 seconds, a minute left in the third round. If he had done that earlier in the round, Figueiredo could have put the fight away right there. Game changer right hand. So they move on to the fourth round, exchange some takedowns. Moreno was trying to strike, landed some strikes, finally started checking some leg kicks. Figueiredo gets him to the ground. Both guys couldn't control each other. Moving to the fifth round, there was a point in that fifth round for Moreno where Figgy threw a leg kick. He lifted it up. Figgy completely missed, and he just sent a left hook. Perfect. Just missed, though. Didn't land it on the button. That could have been a nasty game changer for Moreno. And then later on in the fifth round, Figgy ends up dropping him again with a hard straight. So to me, the fight was very even, very back and forth. But the two knockdowns, possibly three knockdowns for Figgy, that was really the game changer. That the fifth round, when he dropped him for the second or third time, that was it. That round was the deciding factor. And in some of these fights, it's what you do at the very end that proves who's going to be the champ, who's going to win the fight. And Figueiredo did what he needed to do. He came in shape, ready to go. He proved all the haters wrong, and he recaptured his title in dangerous territory. Everybody was booing this man when he came into the arena. I went against him myself, and I love the guy. I'm not going to lie here. I went against him myself. I thought Moreno was going to get the job done. He outstruck Moreno. He was able to move really well. Moreno threw a lot of punches, a lot of heavy punches, and missed. He was whiffing, and he was a lot harder to get to the ground and keep on the ground than he was in the past two fights. So Figueiredo really stepped his game up, stepped up his style of fighting. He did a great job, man. I got to give props where it's due. I'm impressed to see what's next for him. I honestly want to see these guys go for a fourth fight. And if they had back-to-back in the UFC, which has never been done before, that would be amazing, and I would absolutely love that. My prediction was wrong. Brandon Moreno ended up losing in a 5-round decision to Figueiredo. Figueiredo recaptures the flyweight title. So congratulations to you, my brother, and I would love to see if the UFC could put that back together for a fourth time, and for the first time ever have 4 fights in a row with the same dudes. That would be insane. I don't even know what they call that, a quadruple match or whatever the fuck you want to say, but yeah, that'd be crazy. Moving on to the heavyweight division. man, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Since they announced this fight, I have been so excited. To me, personally, this is one of the most anticipated heavyweight matches I've ever got to witness. Francis Ngannou, the most devastating striker. Francis Ngannou has one of the craziest backstories you will ever hear. It's like a movie. The guy hits like a Ford Escort going full speed is what he was compared to. He is the scariest, most dangerous striker to ever enter the ring in the UFC. I really thought about this the other day. He has knocked out almost all of the most dangerous former heavyweight champions there was. Junior Dos Santos, Cain Velasquez. All he really needed was Brock Lesnar, and then he would just take in the list. He knocked out Alistair Overeem, and honestly, Alistair was Francis before Francis. He didn't have the same exact power, but he was a very, very scary guy. So Francis is a very bad motherfucker. He was taking on Cyril Gane, 10-0, rising star in the UFC. Unbelievably quick on his feet, unbelievably good at striking, controlling distance, really, really sound in his game plan. So this fight, first round, Gane looked like he was controlling the distance, looked like he was using his strikes very well. He wasn't really landing hard, but he was going for leg kicks, using his jab. He was in and out on Gane pretty good. Gane was in and out on Ngannou pretty good. Ngannou looked like he was really struggling to find the target in the first round. I thought, damn, if it goes like this for the whole fight, Gane's going to have this in the bag. Second round comes through. Gane lands a nasty spinning wheel kick. Didn't really land it perfectly. It kind of bounced off the shoulder, clipped him on the head. Ngannou ate it like a boss and moved right through that. But later, I think it was in the second or third round, possibly the third round, he goes for a front kick because Gane has that patent front kick that he likes to land on people to check to the body, check to the face. He's really good at throwing those. He threw it, completely missed, and Ngannou caught it on his shoulder and powerbombed his ass to the ground. This is what surprised me about this fight, right? Ngannou, we all know he's been training with Kamaru Usman. He's been learning the MMA side of things, wrestling, grappling, clinch fighting. He proved that he is a real MMA champion against Gane. One, this is your former sparring partner. So you know how this man strikes. You know what the dealio is with him. So he caught him, powerbombed him, kept him on the ground, had him in side control. They get back up. He has a wizard, freaking slams him to the ground on his face. That, to me, was a real game changer. That's when Gane looked like, oh, shit, this guy is a lot stronger than I remember. Maybe I didn't feel the power that I was expecting. That wizard gets him to the ground. Gane looked like he was really struggling dealing with the weight of Ngannou on him. Couldn't really get back to his feet. So when they do get back to the feet, fourth, fifth round come around, Gane's still landing, still controlling the distance. I like that his corner, Ngannou's corner, was telling him, look, man, he's very frantic. Every time he comes in, he's dipping. He's dipping hard. He's trying to get out of the way. He's dipping hard to get out of the way. Just rip an uppercut. Use your takedowns. They were coaching him to perfection. It was awesome. And Ngannou landed a few uppercuts. Didn't really do too much damage. He wasn't getting clean shots in. But the wrestling on point. There was a point where Ngannou threw an uppercut, caught him, went in for the double leg, landed the double leg, had outstanding ground positioning. What blew my mind about this fight and what really, really irritated me. Now listen, guys, I know you watched, if you haven't, my UFC prediction for this fight, I took Gane winning by grappling him. Boy, was I wrong. I'm not even going to cuss, but man, was I wrong. And Gane really, really came to play. But the fifth round comes. It's a really close fight. Could be going either way at this point. There's possibly leaning towards Ngannou, okay? Maybe a little bit. Gane gets a takedown. Single leg, I believe. Gets him to the mat. He's on top. Ngannou's tired. They're going at it. What do? You go for a heel hook in the most crucial point of the fight? That's when I realized that he's really young in the sport and that he needs this championship experience to evolve. That's where he messed up. Ngannou ended up sweeping the position. Knew that he was in a heel hook, got out of the heel hook, and then he got on top to control it for the rest of the round, basically. It ended up being a 5-round decision. Francis Ngannou defended his belt against Cyril Gane in a pretty damn good fight. That was very frustrating to watch towards the end. I couldn't believe that he gave up positioning to go for a heel hook. The guy was going for a finish, but I didn't feel like he was in that danger of losing a decision to need to do that. You got to take down early in the round. You could have controlled him for the majority of the round, which I think would have weighed heavily in the judges' heads and probably tilted it in his favor. Regardless, though, it was a good fight. It kind of went how I thought it was going to go. And Ngannou wasn't able to land a lot of strikes, but he was able to land a lot of takedowns, and he is so much stronger than I thought he was as a grappler. I mean, he knows how to use his weight, and he's really smart when they hit the ground. He knows positioning. He knows where to be. What I wanted to see from Francis, at that point, if you got him on the ground like that, I mean, I wanted to see him land some bombs. Long story short, Francis Ngannou wins the belt, or defends the belt, and he's able to move on. So the real question comes down, what is next for Francis Ngannou, right? He's at the end. He's coming up on the end of his contract. I believe it ends at the end of this year, something like that. First of all, Dana White didn't even come in the ring to put the belt on him, all right? He didn't come to the press conference. For some reason, he just doesn't fuck with Francis Ngannou. Now, maybe it's Francis is talking about he wants a different contract. He wants to be able to do boxing. If I'm Dana White, I'm like, bro, this guy is a monster. He's a pay-per-view draw. Do what you did for McGregor. Give this guy one boxing match, because we all know what's going to happen when he goes to fight Tyson Fury. Bro, you're going to get tired in a 12-round boxing match, and there's no way you're knocking him out. Dude, Deontay Wilder couldn't knock him out, and he's a professional boxer. Tyson Fury's going to beat that ass. Let him go take his L, just like McGregor did to Mayweather, and bring him right back to the UFC. I don't know why they're playing this pitter-patter shit where, oh, you know, I don't like how he's going against us. Like, yeah, bro, let's be honest. You guys are the biggest moneymaker in the world. You raised the pay-per-view prices for MMA now. Biggest moneymaker for MMA. Raise the pay-per-view prices on us. You can pay these guys more. You can give them contracts where it's more lenient. If I'm Dana White, you know, I'm not just going to hold these guys, you know, under a gun and be like, no, man, you're doing exactly what we say. Don't fucking fight here. Because look, bro, he's going to be a big draw anywhere he goes. You might as well keep him under the UFC banner. You don't want this guy going into somewhere else like the PFL. Like, I'm going to watch Ngannou wherever he fights. Give this man a boxing match. Work it out in the contract, and let's see what happens. Because honestly, I want to see either John Jones step in there and quit being a bitch and actually fight somebody, you know, that's on that level. Because, you know, I watched Chael Sonnen talking about, oh, yeah, John Jones is going to dominate this fight. I don't know if he's trying to sell a fight for John Jones to get it, but to me, dominate what, bro? You're going against the biggest, strongest guy in that division who hits like a train. And let's be real here. John Jones gets hurt in his fights. It's not like he just wins all his fights and dominates the entire round. Like, you almost got your arm broken by Vitor Belfort, John Jones. You should have lost Alexander Gustafsson in the first fight. You pulled it off. Heart, soul, power, good shit for you. But let's be real here, bro. You take damage and you're going to get hurt. If you fight Ngannou, you're going to get hurt. So for all these guys that's on that hype train, one, you take steroids. Two, I don't think it's going to happen. I would like to see them fight. I would. I want to see John Jones get in there with a real savage. And if he can pull that off, you're the baddest man on the planet. Or Stipe Miocic 3. I would love to see the trilogy, and I think Stipe deserves that more than anything. He definitely deserves that because he's one of the best heavyweight champions ever. Like, they're 1-1. You know what I mean? Stipe got the first one. He got knocked out the second one. Let's do a third one. Or, if we really want to get into this, if Derek Lewis gets past Tai Tuivasa, why not throw Derek Lewis in there for the championship against Ngannou? He has a win over Ngannou. They're both knockout artists. That would be That would be an extremely big fight, and I would love to see that. So, guys, once again, thanks for watching Mad Matty Fight Talk. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, who Ngannou should be fighting next. Let me know what you guys thought about these fights. You know, crazy action. And I just want to give a special shout out to Said Nurmagomedov. That was an absolute killer performance, bro. That guy is really dangerous. That was really exciting to watch. So, yeah, once again, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit me below. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you can be notified when I drop more videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for all the love and support. I will see you soon.
Haters talking shit, yeah, they breath stank. Walk up in the club dripping like I'm fresh paint. I can see through the facade like an